this week, today, it's been revealed that 16,000 channel migrants have been given permission to work while waiting for their applications to be processed. The number has risen considerably by about a third because the number of people waiting more than a year sitting in hotels in this country to have their refugee applications processed has gone up tenfold. Now, some people say, like Nigel Farage, that they shouldn't be allowed to work. But you know what? I strongly disagree. We pay these migrants about £49 a week, as well as the considerable cost of their hotel stays. And what use of that is it to us when they're in this country but not able to contribute to their costs? The fact is that we know £49 is clearly a measly amount to survive on. So many of these migrants are already working in the black market doing cash-in-hand jobs. I think the Home Office has had the right idea, even if it did try to hide this amount. Because if they earn more than 49 quid a week, they have to pay that towards the cost of their hotel accommodation. Now, when it's costing us hundreds of millions of pounds, I say we're better off letting these refugees work in short-staffed sectors than we are having them living off the taxpayer. So it shouldn't be a third of channel migrants getting visas to work. It should be 100%. Now, Darren, what do you make of that?
Well, I think actually you've basically started off the show by saying you don't give a damn if working class people lose their jobs. And now you're turning around and saying you don't mind if migrants who don't have a right to be here, who are here illegally, can undercut their jobs as well.
First of all,
is there anything you like about this nation? Horrible, spiteful, left-wing politics. This is what you represent.
Look, first of all, the fact is that they've only been given visas to work in areas of the economy that have serious staff shortages. So there is nobody available to do those jobs. So, for example, picking fruit, an area that's important in rural parts of this country, that's put up the prices of lots of fruit since we left the EU. They go and do those jobs. Taxpayers aren't paying the hotel bill, and they're contributing so we can afford food. What is wrong with that?
Perhaps you missed the point where they are actually carers as well. They're being pushed into the care sector. How would you like it if your elderly grandmother or grandfather was being looked after by someone who we don't even know their identity or what their background is? It's bonkers, isn't it?
I think these people coming and doing those jobs should be admired. Look, the vast majority of them dearly want to work and contribute and build a life in this country. And they're also
Where is your evidence for that statement?
Because they work, Darren, because they do the jobs that no one in Britain will do. Look, I think this is a sensible, from a small state conservative perspective, because we don't want people relying on state benefits. I don't understand also why a policy which was introduced in 2005, which was reviewed by Theresa May's government and Boris Johnson's government, and they both decided to keep the rules as they are, is being discussed today as if it's something new.
I hate this lazy Brit argument. It really annoys me because there are absolutely tons of young children who'd love to go into these sectors, but you know what it is?
We don't really support child labour.
Cheap labour coming from abroad that's driving the wages down so that doesn't make them an attractive job to do.
Belinda, Benjamin says we don't want more child labour. Well, we don't want slave labour either, do we? He wants to pay people pittance.
I don't know what Benjamin's talking about when he's saying, you know, we'll alleviate the British taxpayer. We're still paying for them.
Yes.
This is it. We're still paying for their bed and board, and they get to keep their wages. These are men we have no idea.
That's not true.
Well, at least some of it we do.
If you listen to the monologue, you'd know that.
We do still pay for bed and board. They don't pay for everything as soon as they earn. They get to save some of their money. Facts.
If they earn more than the 49 quid they'd get in benefits, then in order to keep it, that has to go towards their accommodation. Now, these bills are hundreds of millions.
Benefits, but I don't believe their hotel is paid for. They don't pay.
They have to pay towards it
from the state.
No, I'm not sure that's correct.
This is
in the Daily Telegraph.
To send out to the world, it's basically saying everyone disaffected, the hundreds of millions of people who are disaffected, come to England. The big fat dangling carrot the Tories are already dangling have just gilded it. They have just said, come over, no deterrent. They are liars. The Conservative Party are liars.
It's been a policy since 2005.
But they've lied about it. They said they'd do everything to stop the boats. They said they would put in deterrents. They are lying.
Albie, you also have to admit that people like yourself and Benjamin, who are saying that, yes, come over to the UK, come over here illegally, you'll get a job.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, that's exactly what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
You are part of the problem for people crossing the channel and dying. You're part of that problem.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is let's make the most of a bad situation. I want the Rwanda plan to work. I want a deterrent to work. I want the channel crossing to stop. But with the migrants, with the migrants who are already here, Alex Armstrong, I think they should be put to work and contributing to the economy.
And let's just say the reason that the number of people given work visas has gone up is for twofold. One, the number of people waiting over a year for their case to be processed has risen tenfold. And secondly, we have more serious shortages in various sectors. So when you say they're taking British jobs, no British person was applying for those jobs. So the alternative is that we have British businesses struggle and our prices go up.
No British person is applying for those jobs because you are saying to every Tom, Dick and Harry around the globe that they can come in and undercut their wages.
No.
That's why.
Cut the rhetoric.
Exactly.
No one was doing those jobs. We have serious shortages in areas like care and fruit picking,
because they are
agriculture.
Paid a pittance. That's why.
Right, so Darren,
why
would you
are they
still-
paid a
Labour.
pittance? Because of your
Would you
immigration
still oppose
policies.
it if the wages that they were paying these migrants were equalised to British wages rather than the 80% that did the
I would still oppose it because they are not meant to be here, Albie, and they shouldn't.
But they are here, so what do we do with
And
them?
just
Get
quickly
rid
to
of them.
Benjamin's
Now-
point, anyone from the left who's supporting mass migration are giving the Tories a free pass to fail their own workforce, make working conditions terrible and wages low. That's you supporting the Tories' failures to invest in their own people.